All right, the highlights from GreatStockPicks.com live trading chat room on Wednesday, November 28th. Let's see. First Solar. This one has been super good to us this week. First Solar sold off initially. I wish I could tell you I caught it down here, but I wasn't really even watching it. But when it came back up and then put in this, if you had 2 minute candles, you could really see this was actually a decent little base. And my thinking is if First Solar lights up the new highs ticker, it's probably going to rally. Okay, so this base enabled me to call it on a high of day break here with a stop below this base. So the entry ID was 26.29. The stop was only 20 cents below, and here's what happened. There's the trigger, and man, it was off to the races. Ended up at one point even taking out yesterday's high, and at the high of the day, 27.75. So it moved up $1.46 in our favor. We got moved up $1.56 yesterday for us. After our entry too. But anyway, today $1.46 move on 20 cents risk that never got stopped out. Also called this because we were already in it and watching it, so I pretty much was in tune with this one. Called this right here around 27.10, right in this area here, as our SMS player. I can't talk. SMS pick, all right, which we send out on text messages to members that belong to that service. 27.10, and it ended up getting a nice move to 27.75. So even a 65-cent move there for our SMS players, and didn't stop out and closed slightly above the entry call, but certainly gave a nice rally for anyone that was able to watch that and sell into the rally like we teach. Okay, my other calls from the day, JC Penney's. I called it over this candle with the bottoming tail right here, 1820. The stop all the way down here, so it didn't stop out, but it did go to 1861. This right here, by the way, was an errant tick. It didn't really do this. I don't know why it has that on there, but anyway, a nice whatever it was, 41-cent move in our favor. The stop was kind of wide, but anyway, JC Penney's worked. I also mentioned to some people that when it looked like this, that this could be a good nibble at the 5/8, which just means a 5-minute candle 8-period moving average, right around 18 bucks, and some members grabbed it there and really had a nice move. So anyway, Best Buy has been strong the last few days. Here's the daily on it, by the way. It's been strong the last few days and put in a nice narrow range today at the open, and I like that when I've got a strong stock, and this is the opening 5-minute candle, so you have a nice narrow range here. I don't mind calling a high of day break on this one, and the entry idea on Best Buy actually was before the high of day break. You had a little base here on twos, called it at 12.85 with a stop only 7 cents below. There's the trigger, then we get the high of day break, and it grinds higher all day. Ends up closing at the high of the day. Moved up 50 cents in all, which isn't great, but a nice little trade there on 7 cents risk. And then the only other calls for the day were Lionsgate LGF. I called at 1636 right here. Now I already had this one on my radar because I knew over 1650 was kind of a little mini breakout for this thing. So then when I saw this volume spike here and it was breaking through the high of the day and then it kind of settled, I went ahead and just took it at 1636 with a dime stop. It's one thing to chase a breakout, but it's another thing when you already know what the bigger term chart looks like and you know you're near a resistance break at 1650 on this one. After this volume spike, I didn't mind taking it there at 1636 with a dime stop. And you can see it closed at the high of the day, went to 1660. So wasn't huge, but again, we were never underwater, and it was a nice trade also. First Solar was certainly the star of the day. Also had a couple that didn't work. MMR had that crazy big sell-off, and then today was in a narrow range. So over the high of the day, 829 was my idea. And the worst case stop, 806, and here's what happened. It broke the high of the day and then just never got going. It didn't stop out either. It went sideways forever, ended up going a little bit higher. Plenty of time to take close to a flat or a small gain right there, but it just never did follow through. So that one, and then APKT, and this was a mistake on my part. I'll show you why I called it, though. It looked like this when I called it. So you had a nice rally, okay? You had a long consolidation, so plenty of time to digest this rally. Long flag, if you will, right? So my thinking was if we do finally break the high of the day, get up here, this had room on the daily too. It was in breakout territory on the daily. I'll show you that in a second. So I was actually comfortable calling a high of day break. In hindsight, this stock is a little thinner volume-wise than I usually call, and this was also, and see this volume spike, that's what caught my attention. I wasn't even watching this one, but then I looked at this, and then I looked at the daily chart, and thought, hey, this one could break out. So that was the reason for the call. The call was a high of day break, which was over this candle here, 2075, stop at 2060. Boom, there's the trigger, and right back down. 15 cents, just that quick. And here's the daily. If you take today's candle out of it, and I'll back this out a little bit, you can certainly see that you had resistance here at 20, went up to it on nice volume yesterday, and so you had today's candle. We were in breakout territory. I thought we might get a move up to the 200-day average. So, I mean, it wasn't a horrible risk-reward, but, you know, a high-of-day break on a thinner stock while we're still in the lunchtime period, pretty rookie stuff there. And, you know, didn't really, we were having such a good week, didn't even really, I guess I thought I was invincible. But anyway, APK didn't work, APKT didn't work, but didn't really matter to me after Lionsgate, First Solar, Best Buy, and JCPenney. So another really nice day. I'm going to quit babbling, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.